X-Men #1. I'm just joking, guys. I'm
coming to your house.
The Jim Lee X-Men #1.
Yeah.
How many people have been in my new house with that? You know, we had to explain to people and said, you know, when there's 5 million issues out there, it's really not that rare.
Yeah.
Because what do we got? 300,000 readers?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I bought 28 for $100 about
Which
20
one?
years ago. Brave and Bold 28 for about $100 about 20 years ago.
Oh, no, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I got Fantastic Four #2 for $10.
Wow.
Beat to hell, but it was #2. And I remember just, I saw it for $10, I'm like, I thought it was the steal of a lifetime. So it was
Well, didn't you steal some too?
shush, shush. That's how I use that. Shush, shush.
So Dan was a master thief in his younger years of stealing comics. He would go to shows when he was a kid, apparently, and wear baggy sweatshirts and buy one thing and then like roll them up.
Were you just
Ill-gotten gains.
The reason he doesn't want you to tell that story is not because he's ashamed of his youth. The reason he wants you to is because he's still doing it.
You're supposed to keep Mark Nathan busy. Now they're not going to let me in the stores anymore. Oh, please, go through the files. Go through the aisles. Thanks.
Rat it out.
Okay. Yeah, that one's going to come across real good online too, Jan.
I don't remember exactly my first issue. My father has been collecting since 1956.
Wow.
Ooh.
I've been basically stealing his comics since I was 8. So.
Wait, I got another story. So, a few years ago, this will break your heart, and yet it's cool at the same time. On eBay a few years ago, I bought this gigantic stack of pages. What they were some guy from 1939 on to about 1966 had been, starting in 1939, cutting out every house ad in every DC comic you could find. And it's a stack of house ads that thick, hundreds of pages, and that's very cool until you start turning over the pages and you realize, oh man, this is from Superman 1. Oh man, this is from Batman 1. But you can tell he started back then and it was like cutting up TV Guide now. Why would you ever think it would be worth any money?
Right.
So.
And Mark's eBaying, Dan will come in and be like, Mark Wayne outbid me again.
This really was really bad because they had all those comic scenes, models. I collect models, so they had all these Aurora models, which came with the comic book and it was a comic scene. So I had, every time I tried to win one of these, this bastard beat me. He beat me like 3 times. Captain America, Superboy, and it was something else there.
I think the Hulk. I think the Hulk was the other one.
Yeah, the Hulk was the other one too.
Yeah.
The tough one. Yeah, thanks.
eBay ID so I know what to avoid.
Oh no, he flaunts it. M. Wade. Take me on. What, everybody around the aisle?
I had a friend of mine, he, for Christmas, he gives me this box, and when I opened it up, it was Fantastic Four #20.
Wow.
It had been his brother's, and he gave it to me and said, I know I'll never be able to keep it, you know, in any kind of shape. And he said, I know you'll take care of it. And so that's probably well, I know it's the oldest one that I have. And
Was
it
he
is-
living in a burning
it's
building
been
or something?
well read and everything, but it's just, you know, that's probably the most expensive that I've got.
Wow.
Jimmy Palmiotti was on one of the panels. He used to tell us that he used to buy comics by the pound.
Wow.
He had a store that they just basically put it on a scale and weighed them out, and he bought comics by the pound, which means that you don't know what you're going to get, but it wound up being a pretty good price for it.
Sure.
Okay, next type of questions. Let's move the question to another area now. What do you like about comics? When you're buying, when you're looking for stories, and this is something that's most interesting to me, and to Mark, and to all of us when we're here in the panel. What I like to do is pull out for you guys, what are you looking for? Okay? 300 comics every month come out.
If you say standalone fun stories, you're lying.
I'm Brandon Brave the Bold.
I wish there were 100,000 more of you.
The first thing I noticed is the cover, and if the cover catches my eye, then I'm more likely to open it up and see.
What are you looking for on the cover?
I look for a lot of different things.
See the poor girl's head. Sorry.
Proportion, I'm not saying that they give you overly proportion, but I like to see them looking normal and, you know, featuring different types of people. The men, I would prefer to see them as well, having different shape sizes.
Question for you guys. If you don't know this, we're really running a focus group about comics. That's what this is all about. What? This is it. Here we go. Covers. Do you like story on your covers? Or do you like iconic covers? Just characters just standing there. What do you like? Let's start with you.
I prefer characters.
Just characters? What do you like?
I like stories unless it's a 50-year-old.
Okay. Anything? I agree with that. Who else had a question? Anybody else have an opinion on that? On the covers? Right over there, sir.
I miss word balloons on covers.
Really?
The character's saying something that tells a little bit about the story that you're going to read in there. Because
you're
I
old,
got
man.
it. Poses, that just brings to mind image.
Yeah.
You know, that we completely got away from telling stories and with just these splash pages and these characters standing in different poses.
What do you like on covers, kid?
In the post, there was this, well, a guy that teleported really fast, and then the classic one, he was trying to get him to stop.
That's one of my favorite covers too. You had a hand up.
Yeah, I think it depends on who's doing the cover. Like, if it's like an Alex Ross cover, then I'd love to see the
You're gonna
characters.
get a pose.
I think you should start putting word balloons on Alex Ross covers.
Oh.
Okay, what else do we look for comics? When you're buying a comic, what do you want to see in a comic? Right over here.
A good mix of real characters and real-ish stories. I mean, obviously you're going to have the iconic good and evil lad, you know, good and evil owl, but something that's a little more than just, oh, he's trying to take over the planet. Okay, I'll stop it. Blah, blah, blah. Make it a little more intriguing, you know, a few more twists and turns and everything, but at the same time, still something that can be contained within a certain number of issues and not be too involving, but still entertaining.
All right.
Something that's not thought-provoking.
Absolutely. What else? Who else? Right over here. Yeah.
I just like to see good pacing, something that makes me just want to keep turning the page and not want to stop reading.
Okay.
Like,
All right. Right over here.
I like social commentary, like Steve Gerber used to put in his comics.
Oh, man. Tell you. You tell us about that. I mean, we did this. We did the stuff with Steve, with the.
Countdown to Mystery, yeah.
Yeah. That was the. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, and unfortunately, I love that kind of stuff. I love anything that has a voice to it. I love, you know, I love any comic book story, even if it's not the best crafted story in the world. But at least I feel like the writer has something interesting to say, and he's not just parroting a bunch of superhero comics he's already read before.
That's one of the things. Steve was one of the guys that I really wanted to work with. I kind of, you know, very lucky to get a chance to work with. Did you hear that Jerry Conway stopped it by the office?
Oh, you mentioned it, yeah.
Yeah, so we just got a chance. It looks like he's going to doing something. But yeah, but there's a couple of guys that I grew up on that had an opportunity to work with. But Steve was one of the ones that I wanted to work with the most. Who else? What else do you look for? What else do you look for? Right over here, sir.
I go by authors. Like basically, I'll buy anything that Grant Morrison writes.
And
And that's what got me burned on Countdown, because I thought, oh, Grant Morrison has something to do with this, and by the end it's like, not so much.
just because the logo looked the same.
Right over here.
I like books where I read them and you feel better than I felt before I started reading them. While I'm reading them, my thoughts will fade away. Be it a self-contained issue that's fun, like let's say Impulse #3, or the great, fantastic Tiny Titans, or something like, you know,
Oh, you're talking about playing to the audience, huh?
I got a dollar for you right here.
All you need to say now is that if I don't get the comic in front of me, I'll just read about it on Newsarama right Right over here.
I think it's a combination of what everybody said. I like a great cover. I like, everybody's looking for their favorite characters. I like for a lot of adventure and action. I like a little bit of humor, and I like to feel better after it's over. So it's really what everybody said so far. It's yeah,
Right,
that
we
makes
can do
it
that
perfect.
65 times a month, no problem.
Right over here.
Speaking of, back to the covers a little bit, it was when Death Captain America, there's two covers. It was one that just had him like running with the shield, and there's one that actually had like his bloody hand like on a newspaper.
Yeah.
It was like that's the cover I wanted because that it told a story of like what you were going to get in the inside. You knew it was that everybody knew months in advance it was Death Captain America, but to have the actual on the cover was what I was looking for. And,
I'm a big proponent. I love action on the covers more so than iconic. Not only that, but I can tell what's going on.
Yeah.
We